Hello, welcome to day 2 of Unit 4. Today, our topic is going to be looking at inverses graphically. So yesterday, we learned how to do it algebraically, meaning we were given an equation, a function and we were given that, and then we went ahead and did the math, and then we found the inverse equation, the inverse function. So let's actually start with that first. Let's go ahead and practice that. This is our warm up. So what I'd like you to do is actually pause this and then go ahead and try these problems that are on your first page. There are A, B, and C. And then once you've gotten those, then go ahead and start the video up again, and then you can go ahead and check your answers. I'm going to go ahead though and do them so people can see. So I'll explain part A as I do it, and then I'll just go ahead and pretty much work through the other ones. So the first thing for a function is you go ahead and you change this to a y, and then we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go over here because I have more room, and then I'm going to switch the x and y. So I'm going to write an x first, then it's going to be y cubed, and then plus 7. I'm going to solve for y. I need to get rid of the 7 and the exponent, and remember, if we've got our PEMDAS, when you're solving, you're going to go backwards. So first we're looking for any add or subtract. We have them. They are not in parentheses, so we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and subtract that 7 from both sides. We have x minus 7 equals y cubed. Now we have to get rid of the exponent. The way we undo that is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the cubed root. Make sure you write the 3 in here. And then over here, make sure that your radical symbol goes all the way over the 7, not just the x. And you're going to go ahead and put your 3 here. Because it is an odd root, we do not need to put a plus or minus. That's going to cancel that. And so now we're going to be back here. And we are going to have the cube root, again, x minus 7 is all underneath there, equals y. And then we know to finish up that we need to write that this is the inverse. So we have to use the inverse notation. So we're going to go ahead. This started with, I can't see it. It started with g. So I'm going to go ahead and say g inverse of x. All right, thank goodness I was able to do that before it shut off. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and do the other ones and then check your answers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead on this. I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can do this. One way, if we want to get rid of the 3 halves, you can multiply. So let's use red for that. We can multiply by the reciprocal. That would help if I actually wrote the reciprocal. So 2 over 3, because when you do that, that's going to cancel and that's going to cancel, and we're going to have y left. So over here, remember, you want to multiply everything by the 2/3. So you need to put parentheses around so that it does this, and then we can just leave that. Okay, so go ahead and do that. So now we're going to have 2/3 times the quantity x minus 4 equals y. And again, we don't want to leave it as y. We want to go back to our original function notation. And so I'm going to go ahead, and it was h, so h of -1, because that is the inverse. And then that is our answer right there. Okay. Also, I'll go ahead and show you if you did not multiply by the inverse. So let's go back where we were here, where we had x minus 4 equals 3 halves over y. If you want to do it rather than not doing the inverse, then we're going to get rid of, I'm just going to get rid of the divide first. So I'm going to multiply this side by 2, so that cancels. So I'm going to multiply that side by 2. So I have 2 over x minus 4 equals 3y. And then let's go ahead, I'll change that to blue. And then we're going to divide by 3. Remember, anything that's over here is going to get divided by 3. So this looks like that. And again, h inverse of x. Notice that this and this are the same thing, because you would multiply this entire thing by 2, there's the top, and then you divide the entire thing by 3. So you can write it this way, or you can write it that way. All right, at this point, we are done with the warm-up. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and then you can go ahead now and find the video for the day 2 classwork.